Hi everyone, today I want to share a new stamp and punch bundle from Stampin' Up called Hearts and Kisses. And it's super cute, and of course you've got hearts and kisses on it. And the punch punches out both of the lips and the heart all on one punch, which is really fun. And I think it's a really cute set. I like the sayings on here. Happy Galentine's Day. So you can send this to your gal pals, and it's really cute. You've got an XOXO and a You Go Girl, so it's not just for this Valentine's time of year. Hearts are good all the time, and I love this little swoosh. So really cute. I love the style of this. It's not a deep line art. It's kind of got this tones to it. You can kind of see there's darks and lights on that, and it's really a fun little stamp set. So cute little bundle here. Now when you buy a stamp and a punch together with the bundle item number, it's 10% off than had you bought just the stamp set and the punch separately. So look for the bundled price, and let's look at some cards and then we'll make a couple together. Now when I make, when I get a new stamp set, I like to kind of make sure that I use every stamp in it and I kind of play with it for a day, and so that's what I've done here. I've kind of got all the little things that I played with. So this one here uses that lipstick. Really cute, sealed with a kiss, and the lips, of course. On the inside you could do a little heart with the XOXO on top. This is Magenta Madness and black. This paper here is from the True Love Designer Series paper. And here I've got another one very similar. I could have put a lipstick on there too. And that's a real fun, kind of bold with the black and the Magenta Madness. This one is using Flirty Flamingo and Blushing Bride, and this one is kind of copied from the catalog. I like to do that when I look through the catalog. Sometimes I like to do one of the samples straight from the catalog just to kind of see how the set was used. It's really easy to line these lips up because I punched them out. They're not actually stamped on there. Now you could stamp them directly down, but how easy it is to line them up when you can punch them out and then move them around. Here's that Happy Galentine's Day. Really fun. I want to point out this background here. This is a die set that's in the January to June catalog, and it's easy to miss because normally the dies are bundled with something when it's a new die, and this die set here is all by its little self. I want to show it to you. Here it is, and it's called Stitched with Whimsy. So it's just kind of like these little wonky framed stitches, and they don't cut anything out. It's just adding that little texture. So it didn't cut out this rectangle. It's just adding these fun little stitches, and so you've got cute little ways to frame things with these different size squares and different size rectangles. Really cute, and so I wanted to show you that because it's easy to miss the Stitched with Whimsy dies, because they're not part of a bundle and they're not with the stamp set. They're just all by themselves, and it's towards the back of the January to June catalog. Okay, oh, and here I'm using it again. So here I used the rectangle, the larger one, just like on this one. And on the inside I used the even larger one, and I stitched the inside as well. So it's just a fun little die. And here it is. Now this one can be all year round. This is not really Screamin' Valentine's Day. This is just hearts, and I just kind of laid them out in a little pattern. And this, I'm thinking of you, is from a different stamp set. You can kind of look through your sets and see, you know, what sentiments you can add, because these can really be used all year round. Little love card. So thinking of you, I've got Galentine's Day, You Go Girl, sealed with a kiss, and sealed with a kiss. And then I made some treat holders as well. This is a really fun box. We'll put this together in a minute. I love these little lips in different kind of colors. And here, these are lip candies. Did you know they have lip candies? They do. They're little cinnamon lips, and my son loves cinnamon candy, so these are actually going to go to him when we're done. These I got in a swap, so I thought I would share them with you. This one is from Candy Leggett, and she made a little bridge card. And this one is from, I forgot for a second, Sandy Carlson. So this is another one from a swap. Really cute. And the little hearts on the inside corner. So these are really fun stamps. Now let's put together a couple of these projects. They're all fun, and I didn't know which ones that we should do as a little group. So we're going to do this one because I think it might be my favorite. I don't know. It's funny because I don't really wear lipstick, but I like that lipstick for some reason. I just wear chapstick, but I think that's cute. And we'll do this one, but in a different color family. And then we're going to do these little boxes because everybody loves a little treat. Okay. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to change up the colors just because I can. I'm going to use Coastal Cabana, just kind of playing off of this other card here. I really liked the way the Coastal Cabana Real Red and the Blushing Bride looked together, so I thought I would play with that. Okay, so I have this panel here, and this one I am using a die from another collection, and you can go with just a straight white panel and not have a die cut, but I really liked the stitching on this one, and I was playing around with my different dies. This is from the Nature's Thoughts dies, and another good choice would be the stitched, here I'll show you this one, Stitched So Sweetly with this pretty little scallop. I'm going to use that on a different one. So we've got this little piece here, and then I have a tiny little 1-inch strip that I'm going to use for our sentiment. So the first step on this card is our background, and I'm going to do a tone on tone Coastal Cabana with those little hearts. And I'm just going to have them kind of go from the top corner down. Just adding a little bit there. And this panel is going to go straight on top with some dimensionals. And I kind of biased it towards the right side. Okay, and then the lips, I already did some. And I've got Real Red, Blushing Bride, and Coastal Cabana. And I think that I will maybe put this one, kind of got to decide where you want them. I'm going to use my liquid glue. Kind of gives you a little wiggle room. And then I'm going to stamp the You Go Girl right here, if I can find it. There it is. I'm a little bit crooked. Let's turn it over. You know, I think when I did this one, I did Flirty Flamingo, so let me go with something dark. I'm going to go with Real Red there. Okay, next step, I'm going to add some little hearts. So I need to grab some scrap pieces, and I have lots of little scraps that I pulled here from my scrap bin. And we're just going to go ahead and stamp some hearts. Oh. Blushing Bride. Coastal Cabana. and real red. Now I like to do them on a strip like this because then when you punch them out, you can feed the strip through your punch. Okay. I'm going to change my ribbon up a little bit. This is some pool party ribbon, I think. I think I grabbed the wrong one because there is a Coastal Cabana. Here it is. Coastal Cabana ribbon. So let's go ahead with this one. Although it is a little stiffer. Okay. All right, and I'm going to put that down with a glue dot. And then our You Go Girl is going to go right on top. I'll move this down just a tiny bit. Yeah, okay. Some dimensionals. And one more behind, I think. There we go. Now I'm just going to add some little hearts, kind of scatter them around. How do I want this to go? That's always the hard part, kind of playing around with how you want them to work. Do I want this one over there? And that one over there? Okay. Cute little card. Oops, what did I do here? Okay, so for the inside I just have a piece of Whisper White cut 4 by 5 1/4. I totally should have stamped that first in case I made a boo-boo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this XOXO and a little heart. There. Super easy. Now, which do you like? Do you like the Flirty Flamingo or the Coastal Cabana? Let me know. Okay, next we're going to make this one. Now this card uses Magenta Madness, and we're going to use, this paper is from the True Love Designer Series paper, which is all black and white paper, and it's fun because one side of the paper is all kind of geometric designs and patterns, and on the other side are florals that you can color, and you can add color to either side really, and it's just kind of a fun paper. That's also in that June, or July to June, January to June. I can't get my J's correct. Okay, so it's kind of the same idea with the hearts. Let's do that real quick. Now I'm going to stamp kind of a similar thing on here. Now this is a piece of Whisper White that I've cut with the Stitch Shapes dies, and this is the largest square. Now if you don't have the stitch shape, you can use a 3x3 square, just cut regular without the stitching on the side. Do take a look at the stitched shapes that are out there. They're so fun. I love all those pretty edges that are available. Okay, so for this one, I wanted the little swoosh to be lighter, so I've been stamping off first and then going down. So this kind of lightened the Magenta Madness just a little. And then I'm going to go over it with those hearts. And on a scrap, I'm going to add the lips. Aren't they fun? Okay, and then we also need that lipstick, and I'm going to show you how I did the lipstick in the two colors. See how I've got two colors here? So I used Basic Gray and Magenta Madness together. And for this, it's kind of simple because it's such a straight image. So I just was able to kind of go ahead and get that Basic Gray, Smoky Slate would be good too, on the lipstick holder. And then I just kind of lined up my Magenta Madness for the top of the lipstick. I think I got it all, like so. And I'm going to go with a scrap piece of white here. Isn't that fun? Now you can use your markers and go ahead and ink that up, but the only problem with these stamps that are kind of they call distinctive stamps, in that the image is made up of a bunch of tiny little dots. So you've got those tones, those highlights and lowlights. Sometimes if you use your marker, that doesn't come through because the marker kind of pools inside those little dots. You don't get as clean of an image, but you can try it. It's worth a shot. XOXO there. I'm going to use another scrap to do the Sealed with a Kiss. And for this one on the inside, let's do our stamping there too. I think I'll do the lips again. All right, let's put it together. Okay, now for this front panel, I layered my two squares. And then I tied a ribbon around them, and I'm using Magenta Madness ribbon. Okay, let's get that down onto our card front, and then we'll go ahead and layer the rest of the pieces. I should say this square is 3 3/4. Now we do have to cut out the lipstick. There's not a punch for this, but it's such a simple shape. Now, if you're like me and you use scraps, that's not going to work. One way to get around that is to grab a Post-it note, of which I usually have some on my desk anyway. And I just kind of guide it into the punch, because I just love using up my scraps. And sometimes you just don't have anything left to hold on to. Now I'm just going to put a little flag end, or banner end, however you want to call it. There. That is our second card. I hope you like this one. Okay, now let's go on to those treat holders. Now first off, I used these little lips. I wanted to put them in here. I saw them in the store instantly at Target. I had to have them because they are cinnamon. And like I said, I have a son who loves the cinnamon. And they're lips, so how could you go wrong? They're by Brock's and they're from Target. Now, when I made this, I thought we still sold these little gusseted bags. I use the little treat bags all the time, so whenever Stampin' Up! Sells them, I buy them. But I was mistaken, and we don't sell the little gusseted bags anymore. But we do sell a larger bag, which was too big for what I wanted, because I didn't want to give away all my lips. So then I remembered we have clear envelopes. So how I decided to do the second one is I just kind of am changing the size of my edges here. So for the first one here, I used this cute little, I can't think of the name of it, Stitch So Sweetly dies. These are my go-to dies. I was trying to use different things today, and I still found myself reaching for them. I just go to them constantly. And I cut this out. It's got that cute little scallop edge, so that's what I did. I cut out my paper with that, and I just folded it in half. And it's the same one I used on this card. This is the larger one. It's just a really cute little paper. So sweet. Anyway, I wanted to get something big enough, and the envelopes are just not quite. It's a little too small. So I had to hand cut. So we're not going to have that cute little scallop edge. So I am going to use a regular little edge here, and we're just trying this out, so hopefully I'll like this in the end. It's not going to maybe be as tiny and petite as this. Also, I'm only have a few hearts left, like I mentioned, and I promised that I'd give the rest to my son. So you can do the sealed with a kiss with the little lips. It's adorable. Another option would be go for some Hershey Hearts, and you can put those inside as well. So I thought maybe for this one I would do the Hershey Hearts, just so I can have a variety that I can show on my blog. So these are going to be a little different. I have to say, I really do like these Hershey Hearts. They taste different than the Kisses. I don't know if they're, it says extra creamy. So let's see how many we're going to fit in here. Let's go with 9. Now the nice thing about the envelopes is they have adhesive already on them. So we're going to go ahead, but I'm going to give myself a little space to staple. And now I'm going to staple this on there. And we're going to cover that staple with our little label here. So let's make that label. I need some scrap white. And I need my stamp. Okay, and I wanted to cut this out with kind of a fun shape. So again, I'm going to those Stitch So Sweetly ones. I'm going to use this one because it was big enough. And I'm going to fold it so I don't have to worry about how much space is up there. But you could put hearts up there actually, or a little bow. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see what we do. All right. So I want to go ahead and add this. So I'm going to put a score line right there, or you could just cut it right there, whichever you like. I'm going to fold it. And we're going to add some of this really fun ribbon. Okay. It's going to be easier for me to tie it once I get it down. So I'm going to grab my tear tape and add Alright, so there is this other little treat holder. You know what would have been good in here? I wasn't even thinking. Sealed with a kiss. If you put Hershey Kisses in there. Sealed with Hershey Kisses. I mean, how simple was that? That would have been a good idea. Anyway, you've got this cute little treat holder. Real simple to just kind of fold over a rectangle piece and add a little label. And that's real fun. Okay, lastly, I want to make this little box. And this is a real simple little box. We're using a piece of cardstock, and I cut it the long way, so it's 11 by 3.5. And we're going to score it at 5 and 6. And then we've got 2 pieces that are going to be for our edges. These are 2.5 by 2. And we want to score those. Let's make sure I've got the 2.5. We're going to score those 1/2 inch on both sides. 1/2 inch on that side and 1/2 inch on that side. Okay. Now I wanted to give my corners a little decoration, so I wanted to just round the edges. And I have the current corner rounder from Stampin' Up, but I cannot find it. It's funny because I used it for my sample, and I must have just put it back in the wrong spot because it is no longer on my punch rack. As soon as I make this, I'm sure I'll find it. So I'm just using this old corner rounder, There is a current corner around it. It's a fun one too because it has three different little functions. Okay, so we're going to have our little edges rounded up here, and then while this is not yet put together, this is a good time to add our punches. So I'm just going to take a hole punch and add 2 punches. Like so. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and fold our edges, and you're just going to add some tear tape along the sides. Yep, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and attach our other elements actually. Oops, that's the wrong one. This is the right one. So this is just a 2 by 3.5 inch piece of designer series paper. And then I'm going to add this cute little Stitch So Sweetly die, which I love. Now this one I'm going to put down with tear tape because this box is going to kind of be folded over and I don't want the regular adhesive to come off. And now we need some hearts, or some lips, I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and use some scraps again. I'm going to go with that Coastal Cabana. And that is Magenta Madness. And some Blushing Bride. I'm just going to start adding my lips going downward. And then a little Sealed with a Kiss on some scrap hair. So when I like to make a little banner end, I kind of go up the center and then I meet the center from both sides. usually. Okay, now I'm going to add my banner piece. And we'll add our sides. Now here you want to tuck real close to the edge and all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to show you what I found to put inside. It'll go to my niece. You know, you like to send stuff to your college age family members. You know, they're away. They like to get some mail. So I think she'll like this. And we're going to add some ribbon. And I'm going to show you a trick for how to get it in those little holes too. I've done this before, so maybe you've seen it, but there's a dental floss, and one of my stamp campers would come with this little package of dental floss. And they look like this. They're by Gum, and I think they're for people who have braces so that they can get the floss in between all those little braces and things, or dentures maybe. But they also are good for threading buttons or threading ribbon. So you're going to want to go in through the front, and then see how it's got that big loop, and you just put the ribbon through there and it pulls right through. And so now my stamper Lois showed me that trick, and now I keep a little thing of gum flossers at my desk at all times. Okay. So now we're just going to tie a bow, and I'm going to open the other one and show you what I put inside. So you can put a little packet of candy. This will fit a lot of nice size things. You can fit a full size, you know, Twix bar in there, or various things. I like the size of this box. It's 3.5 by 1 inch deep because you can fit a lot in there. You can fit, you know, if you're sending it off to a little college student, you can put a little gift card and some candy. So they have, you know, their favorite food. I know there's a Culver's by my son's school. You know, you pay for them to eat on campus, and they go out to Culver's anyway. This one has a really cute little chapstick inside. Right now it's winter, and I know my lips, I'm going through chapstick like crazy, so you can put a little pack of chapstick in there, and I'm going to add some chocolates and stuff in there, maybe some money, and give that to my niece. So that is a fun little gift chapstick, and there's even really fun flavors. You can do strawberry and other cute little things. So I hope you liked the Hugs and Kisses products here. I'll have all these on my blog so you can see them all again and not have to rewind and fast forward. It's bethspapercuts.com. I hope you'll come back and watch other videos. Here are those cards again. Hope you enjoyed. There's so many. Where's some more? Yeah. Here's some more. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.